Hey guys, this is going to be a video on what to do when your coin or bar don't sound the way that you think that they should. And there's two things that I always say. First, you should always compare with a known authentic. And if you don't have a known authentic, you want to have a trusted database like a phone, or you want to have enough experience with the different sounds of silver bars, for example, to where you can start to generalize what a silver bar should sound like. Before you're using the ping test as something that you're actually going to take as definite, right? So this is a bar that someone actually sent me that is real, but the customer thought that it was fake. And we're going to go ahead and show that today. So this is a 1 ounce bar. And as soon as I got this, I thought, hey man, this does look a little funky, right? But then I pinged it right away. And as soon as I heard the ping, I knew right away that that sounded real, right? Now, the video that he had sent me, he was comparing that sound with this sound. So this is a different manufacturer, and this bar actually sounds wonderful. So listen to this, right? This is a Silvertown bar. And each manufacturer and each individual bar is gonna have its own unique sound. And that's because it has its own unique physical properties, right? Like the purity, the manufacturing process, the shape, all of that come together, the surface finish, all of that come together to make the unique sound of that bar. That's why you should always have a known authentic. But even if you don't have a known authentic, you can start to make a generalization of what that bar should sound like. So I pulled out 5 different bars that I have, and I'm not gonna go through all of them. But you can hear that this one actually sounds almost exactly like this metal ore bar on the side here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and demonstrate that. So here we go. Right? Still sounds beautiful, sounds like silver. And here's that metal ore bar. Right, we'll go back to this one. Those sound very, very similar. So for me, that's enough to say generally that this sounds the same as what I'm expecting silver to sound like. It's definitely within the parameters of the acceptable sound range. But I know that not everybody has, 5 different bars to go ping or more, or even another one, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and show you other ways to test this. So we're gonna go ahead and put it on the scale. And so the weight test isn't a way to verify metal, but it is a way to eliminate counterfeits, right? So if you put enough things that can eliminate a counterfeit together, get that to OZT, and then we're gonna have to tear that out. So if you have enough things that can eliminate, so like the weight test is gonna eliminate counterfeits. If it's too heavy or too light, we know it's fake, right? So that's 1. So this actually weighs right where it needs to weigh, 1 ounce. So it passes the weight test. Another eliminating test is gonna be the magnet test. Where is that magnet? Over here. So we can put the magnet on the bar and slide it down. You can see it slides slow. So that's also a pass on the magnet test. So a fail on the magnet test would be if it's stuck or it slid fast, right? So it slides slow on this as well, right? So that's real. So the magnet didn't eliminate this as fake, so that's 2 reals. And then the other one that you could do is the dimensions test. And this is why you could see another reason why the customer thought that this was fake. So look how thin this is compared to the other one. So when you sandwich a bar in between 2 other ones, you can actually really start to tell if it looks real, the size. So this looks a lot smaller, but you can see that it comes around higher on the edges and a little out the sides to get that extra mass to make it that weight. So let me go ahead and sandwich this in between two other fake bars, right? So when you put, well, so this is interesting. So the 2 on the outside are fake. This is getting maybe too confusing. Let me sandwich a real one in between 2 fakes. So you can see that it's a little bit thinner and it doesn't come over the edges, and that's how they get the extra weight on these fake ones. So the sandwich technique is good. So these fakes actually weigh right where they need to weigh. So you want to be careful with that. So the weight test is only going to tell you if it's fake. It's not going to confirm that it's real. So how can I tell you that this bar is real? So I went ahead and actually went to the coin shop down the street and put it on a Sigma. So I know that it's real. So it passes the magnet test, it passes the sound test, and it actually also is passing the dimensions test, like a general understanding. So we can go ahead and say that this is real, and I will be sending this back out later today to the customer. And here's that Sigma shot right now that you can see that this bar is actually real. Cool. Okay, so now let's get into the ASE. So the ASE, this is something I discovered. Maybe I'm not the one that first discovered it, but I hadn't seen anyone else talk about it. So this is a 2016. Check this out. And you always want to have a known authentic or a trusted database, right? Always. So here's a 2016. You can hear that sounds absolutely beautiful. I love the sound of these ASEs for sure. So that's a 2016. Here's a 2017. It sounds very, very similar. Beautiful, long, reverberating resonance. It sounds wonderful. I love the sound of the ASEs. And then 2021, something took a turn for, in my opinion, the worst when it comes to the ping. You can hear it has that silver vibration sound to it. It sounds a lot more, in my opinion, generic, but it still sounds like silver for sure. But if you're ping testing your coins and there's that much variance in sound, you definitely want to use other testing methods, right? So what would I say you should do in this situation, and what I told the customer to do, or recommend the customer do, is to download one of these coin tester apps. So this is the Precious Coin Tester. It's free to download and use. I've actually got it set up to ASEs now, so we'll go ahead and check this. So let me put this back down. We'll put it down in the tray. So this is that 2021 with the shorter duration. And this app is, what they do is enter the fineness, you enter the weight, and you enter the diameter, and then it does the calculations for the thickness, and it's listening for the expected sound of that coin, right? So we're gonna check this. It comes back 3 of 3 great. Let's bring that in so you guys can see it. So 3 of 3 great is great, right? That's where we want to be. So even though this thing sounds different, it still is definitely silver, right? So let's go ahead and test the 2016 over here, and we'll be able to see a visually representation of how it is different actually. So we're gonna check this one, put it in the device here. It's that beautiful reverberating sound. And this one came back 3 of 3 great as well, right? So you always want to have, so a lot of things can be different. So same thing with the bars, right? So I'm not sure what is different about this coin, or if it's the planchet that they're using, or something at the manufacturing process changed, or if it got overheated somehow, or whatever. Something is definitely different about the 2021 than the 2016 and 2017. And I actually have heard, so the guy that sent me the video of his 2003 sounded different. So I've heard 2003 and before, there are quite a few coins that do this shortened jingle, more of like the generic silver sound. And now it looks like that's happening again in 2021, or at least happened for this coin. And I think I had 5 other confirmations that their 2021s also had that shortened jingle. But it is still that silver jingle, right? And it still is real silver. It's just not as beautiful as, you know, as the ASEs were just in the recent years. So it's unfortunate, but it is still real silver, and you can't be upset about that. But yeah, so moral of the story is always compare with a known authentic. If you don't have a known authentic to compare with, get a trusted database, right? It's either going to be one of these phone applications or enough experience with the sounds of other silver coins or bars, to where you can just start to generalize and know that what you're pinging is sounding like it should or like it shouldn't. Cool. So always use multiple testing methods. That's another one. And I hope you guys are all having a good day. I hope you guys got some value out of this. If any questions come up, let me know. Here to help. Happy hunting and test your stacks, guys. Take care. Thanks so much.